Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GRE out of this book here, practicing to take the GRE general test, the 10th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase it immediately. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 342, quantitative comparison questions, hence the QC, number 12. Number 12. Let's take a look at it. Before we actually solve number 12, let's do something else here. Before we actually solve the number 12, which is this question right here, 1 over r over 1 over t. Before we work on this one, let's work on something here. Let's say 20 divided by 5 over 6 divided by 3. Well, we know that 20 divided by 5 is 4. And 6 divided by 3 we know is 2. And finally 4 divided by 2 would be 2. So we know that the answer to this quantity is 2. Question is, how do we actually solve this thing if instead of numbers, if we had variables here? What do we do? What's the procedure for it? Assuming that we did not know this part. If we could not figure out what 20 divided by 5 is, if it was some strange numbers, if you could not figure it out, what do we do? Here's what we do. You take your top fraction, 20 divided by 5, and you multiply it by the reciprocal of 6 over of the bottom fraction. Multiply it by the reciprocal of the bottom fraction. Take the top fractions and multiply the top fraction by the reciprocal, the inverse of the bottom fraction, and that's what it becomes. And now we need to simplify this thing. Let's simplify it. I'm going to change the color so we can see it. And we better get 2 at the end. That's the whole point. So 20 goes into 5 4 times, 6 goes into 2 3 times, and this is 2. And finally this 3 cancels out and we end up with a 2, which is what we said the answer was. Which is exactly what we have to do here. We take our top fractions, 1 over r, and we multiply it by the reciprocal of the bottom fraction. Since it's 1 over t, it becomes t over 1, which of course boils down to 1 times t is just t, and r times 1 is just r. It boils down to t over r. And we are told that that quantity equals 3 over 5. And that in turn implies, if t over r is 3 over 5, that implies that t must be 3 and r must be 5. That's it, we are done. And the 2 columns that we have to compare here, column A and column B. In column A we have r over t. Well, t over r is 3 over 5, so r over t is going to be 5 over 3. 5 over 3, which we know is more than 1. And in column B we have t over r, which is 3 over 5, which we know is less than 1. What they actually are, what 5 over 3 actually is and what 3 over 5 actually is no concern of ours. All we have to realize is that 5 over 3, because the numerator is bigger than the denominator, whatever it is more than 1, and this guy, whatever it is less than 1. Since this is more than 1 and that is less than 1, the answer is A. The answer is A. That's it, we're done. That's all. About 3/5 of the people who took this exam had no problem with it. 17% missed it. 63% of the people who took the exam got this question right. And that was it. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I do face-to-face tutoring. I also tutor over the internet via Skype or online, and I also do tutoring and consulting services. I also provide tutoring and consulting services over the telephone. If there is anything at all that I can help you in your preparation for the GRE, go to my website at www.prep PREP, FOR4, GRE.com and send me an email. Or you can go to www.KeshwaniPrep.com and send me an email. Alright? Thanks.